and welcome back, you beautiful people, to Lupus on Jam. I'm your amazing host, Jam, and the subject of today is questions, where I shall read out questions people on the internet asked about lupus and talk about them, give my opinion about the questions and answers. Okay, let's get into the meet and greet and start Lupus on questions. Promotion, shoutouts, and ads. Do you know that I have a Patreon? Why don't you donate to become a patron and get one of the many tiers, or just browse the public post on there? Not only a donation helps me and the podcast, a percentage of the proceeds you donate will be going to the charity Lupus UK, where they help fight against lupus. It's time for the subject of the day. So I have searched far and wide for these questions, up mountains, through jungles, across the savannah. Nah, I'm just messing with you guys. I searched these up on Google. I thought it was a pretty way to spread information by answering questions on the podcast. So let's begin the first question. What is lupus? The classic question. What exactly is lupus? When I first heard of it, I had no idea as well. Like you hear diabetes, asthma, sickle cell, but you don't really hear about lupus, or at least not here in England. I believe there's not enough awareness. That's why, there's podcasts will hopefully help with that. Spread more awareness about lupus and get lupus, the name, out there. But the Google answer says that lupus is an autoimmune inflammatory disease that affects the multiple organ systems. Each person is affected differently by lupus. Some of the most common symptoms of lupus include a body rash, joint and muscle pain, kidney disorder, neurological disorder. So basically, lupus is something that attacks your organs, and it never goes away. So it sucks. And you don't wish to have it. Yeah, that sounds about right. But hopefully, that's what. But hopefully, it gets cured in the future. But that's what lupus is. Question 2. Is chemotherapy a treatment option for people with lupus? Wow, I didn't even think about it. I mostly thought that pills were the only way to manage manage lupus, not chemotherapy. But I get why someone would ask, because lupus is a blood disease, and so is leukemia, and you can use chemo on leukemia, so maybe that's what I think. Personally, I think that's way too extreme. I don't think I could do it. I'll probably refuse that kind of treatment, but people may do it. The Google answer is that chemo can be used, and it's effective treatment depending on the patient. In some cases, people with lupus can be treated with I'm not saying that name. Cyclophosphamide. Chemotherapy commonly used to treat cancer. I didn't know that they were just apparently that long scientific name is a pill. I thought they were talking about radiation, so I'm glad that it's not radiation, but it is a type of pill used for cancer. So I'll personally be too scared to take it, especially because you go through chemo, and these kind of pills like hair loss, pain, stuff like that, and it doesn't even cure the lupus. At least with leukemia, it cures the leukemia, but it doesn't cure the lupus. It just reduces the symptoms, which I think it's too much for too little worth. Question 3. Can lupus be passed out? I gotta admit, I wondered this when I wondered about this question too, especially when I first got diagnosed. Come on, you hear about an illness and the first thing you ask is is it contagious? We here in England have been doing that since primary school, so totally valid question. I believe asking this, is because I believe if you ask this, it's because we care for each other, No, that's a lie. We're doing somersaults, tactical rolls, booking tickets to different countries, leaving the world, going on a rocket. We are leaving that person behind. If I hear someone say, I'm contagious. But the answer, the Google answer is no, lupus is not contagious. You can't catch lupus by standing next to me, guys. You can't catch it standing next to me. So you can stand next to me. However, lupus is heritable, it could be passed down, but it's a less than 5% chance that you will have a child with lupus if you have lupus. So you won't be just popping out lupus babies, but but your child can. There's a chance that it can develop lupus. Question 4. Are there foods and liquids I can have? This question speaks to me. Even though I wasn't eating much for 4 months, I used to eat a lot before. I love foods. I'm a big foodie. I'm the type of person who eats Brussels sprouts. Well, I eat them one time, and my mom just keeps buying them. But I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. They ain't that bad. Eat your greens. So yeah, I'll definitely answer a question like this before I can have cranberry juice because of the medicine. So thank God I can. But I think I know the answer to the question. Google, what is the answer? As suspected, the answer is there are no specific foods that people with lupus should avoid, but it's always good to limit salty foods. But imagine if the answer was yes, I cannot live without cheese. I don't know. I just don't know if I could eat the alternatives, I just need that dairy succulent cheese. Imagine not eating pizza. Oh, nah, I can't live like that. But if you couldn't eat cheese, if you had lupus, I believe people will call it the cheese disease, and definitely there'll be more awareness. Question 5. Finally, the final question. Will I be able to live a normal life? I definitely thought about how lupus is going to affect my life. I talk about it in episode 3. And personally, I don't think you could live a normal life. You're bound to have flares, symptoms, you have to do different things like checkups. So, but you can live your life. You know, you can work, you can go to school, get married, have kids. So life doesn't just stop. But things will be affected with lupus. That's why I believe the answer is no. But the public says that you can live a normal lifespan if you follow close treatment. So I think the answer sounds more scientific as my answer. But I feel like it's the same thing. It's like you can live a normal life. You can get married and stuff and live till 80, but you have to go to treatments and checkups and stuff. So I think it's the general same thing. Alright, well, that's the end of subject of the day. Promotion, shoutouts, and ads. Do you know that I have a YouTube channel? Check out JH Radio as I'll be uploading highlights from the 2 episodes uploaded this week. These highlights will be posted every Thursday. It's time for some inspirational quotes. She's a butterfly with a broken wing and bleeding feathers, but still she flies, I know you're tired, I know you're physically and emotionally drained, but you have to keep going. This one is not really a quote, it's a comment that I saw and I find it inspirational. Starting the last class that I need to finish up my degree. It's been a long time in the making, but I'm so glad that I kept working at it, even though it's been so hard with all these health stuff going on at the same time. Just keep going. That's pretty good. I like that one. 1,000 versions of you. This is a poem. You have shed 1,000 skins to become the person you are today. And if you feel overwhelmed by the many people you once were, remember, your bones have grown, but that's what makes them. It has never changed. That's pretty good as well. You are going to carry that illness for the rest of your life, so you can either wallow in the weight of that, or you can fight for your own life and make it a good time, a good story. Magic happens when you do not give up, even though you want to. The universe always falls in love with a stubborn heart. I am pretty stubborn, like I said, I'm a fighter. Your limitation is your only imagination. That's also true. What are you going to do with all that dark? Find a way to glow in it. That's pretty, yeah, this is getting to me. The most authentic thing about us is our capacity to create, to overcome, to endure, to transform, to love, and to be greater than our suffering. It's okay if you fall down and lose your spark. Just make sure that when you get back up, you rise as the whole damn fire. That's the end of inspirational quotes. Hope you enjoyed. It's time to reveal a mystery pill. It's Pill of the Day. For those who are new or didn't watch the second episode, since the podcast is coming to an end, I should now butcher a pill name, but the pill will be on the Patreon if you want to see what it is. I also tell you what it does on the podcast. This helps to widen your knowledge of what pills are connected to chronic illnesses. The pill of the day is prednisone, also known as steroids. These little guys help with inflammation and suppress my lupus in my kidneys. They also make you gain weight. So yeah, I added that on Patreon. And I added on some grams on my belly. Promotion, shoutouts, and ads. Do you know that I have a YouTube channel? Check out JH Radio, as I'll be uploading highlights from the 2 episodes uploaded this week. These highlights will be posted every Thursday. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Quick note, all promotions mentioned in the podcast will be on the website, and all memes will be on Patreon. That's it for today. Jam out.